Now it's time for our returning segment of Chakotay's Odyssey, featuring the adventures of Janeway. It's the long-awaited return of our longest-running segment. Season 2, Episode 20 is called Investigations.
Is Tuvok a detective in this one?
No, he's in it, but barely.
Oh.
This is a Neelix episode.
Oh, but isn't Tuvok the intelligent officer, like the guy that's supposed to do investigations?
Well, he's the security officer. So this one, you're gonna love this. Starts off, Neelix is running his own YouTube channel on the ship.
Oh, I can
Although
see that.
it's like 15 years before YouTube was invented.
How to cook things?
No, remember, he's the ship's morale officer.
Oh, right.
If you remember back to the first episode. So he's now doing his YouTube channel, let's say, his own ship morale show, and he's talking about, it starts off in the kitchen, but he gets into doing other things.
Like Frank on Avenue 5.
So he's trying to do all these things to improve ship morale, but remember there's all this angst, and remember we got bad attitude Tom Paris?
Oh,
he got into a fight with Chakotay, with Officer Hardass Chakotay, and then and he keeps showing up to work late and everything.
Right.
So now it comes to a head, and Neelix learns that Paris is leaving Voyager.
Where's he gonna go?
Exactly. That's what I said. But anyway, Voyager's meeting up with this convoy of other Talaxians. That's Neelix's race.
Oh, okay.
And they had signaled ahead long time ago, and so this was like Paris is going to go with them and work with them. Okay, he's going to stay in the Delta Quadrant.
Hundreds of Neelixes irritating you every day.
I don't know if they're all like Neelix. The one guy that showed up, we see another Talaxian, he wasn't anything like Neelix.
No, he wasn't like him.
So, and then Neelix goes and blabs about this on his show.
Right.
And we're like, okay, sure. So he leaves, and as I'm sitting there watching this, I'm thinking, why would he leave? If anyone from the Voyager crew leaves the ship, they're all targets for the Kazon.
Well, it's
because
just silly
because as Voyager heads towards the Alpha Quadrant, the Kazon are just chasing them. These different sects of the Kazon. So if anyone leaves, they're obviously going to kidnap them and put them as a prisoner, torture them, or use them to get some kind of information out of them on Voyager, right?
It made more sense if a bunch of them wanted to start a colony somewhere, and then when Voyager got back, they could send people for their descendants. I mean, that would make more sense. But anyway, who's to making sense?
I didn't say the show made a lot of sense, but he decides to temporarily he decides to permanently leave the ship and join this Talaxian convoy. I guess they're merchants or something. I don't know. But also we get to see what's his name there? Michael Jonas. That's the engineer. That's the spy.
The spy guy.
The spy. This guy keeps popping up.
He's not very covert. He's like.
So as soon as Paris leaves the ship, okay, convoy, they leave Voyager, gets attacked. Of course it does.
I wonder why.
Yeah, and who does Tom Paris get to meet up with? He gets taken prisoner. Who's he meet up with? Seska, the baddest woman in the galaxy. So she's there. She's full on pregnant. She's like 9 months pregnant, I guess.
The spawn. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, she's trying to get Paris to help them, and she's trying to manipulate them.
Yeah. Does she have a better standing now than she did before? Because she was kind of low on the totem pole.
Not really.
Before. Oh, okay.
Not really. Things aren't going that well, and then she's arguing back and forth with this engineer spy, Ensign Jonas. Yeah, he's a Maquis engineer.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Anyway, and Neelix goes on his show to announce to everyone that Tom Paris was probably the spy and that he was feeding information to the Kazon. So
why did he come to that conclusion? Again, he's not Tuvok. He's not the security officer.
Yeah, so he suggests it on his broadcast, okay? Because he's a genius, right?
Ethan Phillips didn't get to do that show on.
But after that happens, Janeway is
Yeah.
pissed off. She's like, get him up here right now. Okay?
Okay.
So he gets hauled into a meeting with Janeway and your favorite character there, Tuvok. And they reveal to him that this is all a ruse. Okay?
Oh, it's fake.
Paris leaving because they're trying to flush out this spy because they know that there's that someone's releasing information to them.
I think they could pick it up on their comms and stuff. He's using their software.
Yeah.
Like...
Well, Neelix does the investigation because I guess Tuvok is too busy putting his feet up. He's like the Maytag repairman. He just sits there with his feet up, reading the newspaper. Maybe the phone might ring.
They keep on
Maybe it doesn't, you know?
Things for these like extra characters to do all
Talking
the time.
Lazy here. So Neelix is doing his own investigation, even though he was told not to.
And he's not qualified.
B'Elanna and her engineering team have to like rebuild the warp core because they busted it or something. And so Neelix keeps bothering the engineers for his investigation. But meanwhile, Jonas is there, and he's like trying to, like he's just giving him the evil eye. He's always in the background like he's ready to stab him or something if he finds out. And eventually what happens is Neelix does find out what's going on, going through the logs and what's been deleted and everything and what's been altered.
It would have been obvious before, but anyway.
Well, no one's checked into it, right? So, and then Ensign Jonas there takes Neelix hostage and he takes over engineering. And I'm sitting there, what's this guy's end plan? What's he going to do? Beam out into space or steal a shuttle or something?
Maybe,
this makes no sense.
Maybe he could get Suska to beam him to her ship. I don't know.
So they have a big fight in engineering near the end.
Okay.
Tom Paris escapes and comes back because they put him in a room. Like, these Ks are not very smart. They put him in a room that has consoles and he hacks his way into the console to get out. And I'm like,
you could probably just get in a Jeffrey's tube or something.
Why don't you just put him in the brig? What is this nonsense?
You don't have brigs.
These guys are dumb. I mean, Chakotay escaped in like 5 minutes after being kidnapped by like Maj Kula.
Yeah, we're just gonna put this prisoner in this shuttle, this extra room we have.
No, they like put him in a communications room. I'm like, what, was the brig full?
Like,
that's dumb.
Like, we're gonna leave the doors open because it's a little bit too hot in here.
Anyway, it wasn't that exciting of a climax, and in the end, Paris comes back and then goes on Neelix's show, and Neelix apologized for what I said, and then Paris comes clean. He's like, yep, this was all a ploy, and I've been doing this for weeks, and I'm sorry to anyone that I pissed off, but it had to be believable, and he's very sorry to Chakotay, who he got into a fight with, because he pushed him down.
Yeah, because he's supposed to be like a slacker.
I'm like, don't push Chakotay. He's just, you know, he's the cool senior guy, and he's just so laid back all the time.
Harry Kim lives next door to Tom Paris. He's been playing his clarinet all night, and he can't get any sleep. That's why he's late all the time.
If that was me on that ship, and I was in a room next to Harry Kim's, and he was playing his clarinet, I'd be like, hey, Harry, can I see your clarinet? Boom! Okay,
make another one.
Good kitty.
They have like the machine that makes things.
I would just break it over his head every time. Okay, every time I would break it over his head because I don't want to hear that crap.
Oh, he scared the kitty.
So, overall, I don't recommend this episode.
No.
But that was another exciting episode of Chakotay's Odyssey, featuring the adventures of Janeway.